Hello. Learning music was not always done through some symbols on a paper. Actually, it all started by singing or playing to each other and using our natural hearing skills to recognize pitch, rhythm, and dynamics, passing on the music by word of mouth. On earlier times, music notation records were countless, imprecise, and handwritten. The symbols or signs used weren't common to everyone. Nowadays, we use different notation systems to register music physically or digitally. Today we're going to focus on the most common music notation system, the sheet music or score. The sheet music, also known as score, is a script coded in time and pitch. The time variable is coded by rhythm figures that have different duration values, and the pitch is defined by the position of the figures on the pentagram, also known as staff. Both variables together allow us to decode what and when we must sing or play as we read the written music. We can encounter plenty of instruments with different pitch ranges. There is a double bass with a very low tone, and there is a piccolo with a very high tone. So, how do we represent music written for so different instruments regarding the pitch produced? The clefs are symbols that define an absolute value as a reference for the pentagram. And there are three kinds of clef. F clef, used for instruments with a low register. The C clef, that you will never hear about anymore after this. And finally the G clef, for instruments with a mid-high register. Music for guitar is represented with a G clef with a small 8 underneath. That means all the notes we play sound an octave lower than what we read. That being said, let's move on to the pitch decoding. The reference note provided by the G clef is, obviously, the G. If we move up on the scale, we have an A and next a B. Did you notice that G and B are placed on the lines and A is placed in between lines? Well, that's exactly how the staff works. Each consecutive line and space corresponds to the following or previous note depending on whether you go up or down. If you choose only notes that are placed on the lines, you get E, G, B, D, F, and it goes on by adding extra lines, also called ledger lines. If you play or sing the notes shown in between lines, then you will listen to F, A, C, and E. Quite easy, right? This was a small introduction to reading the notes on the staff. The next lesson will be about the rhythm notation, so stay tuned and thanks for being here. Have a nice day.